everyone, my name is Norvia. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have something really exciting for you guys because I'm going to be doing my very first 24-hour readathon. At the beginning of the year, I decided that I was going to participate in the Reader's Gauntlet. It's this big bingo board with a bunch of challenges, and one of the challenges to complete is to do a 24-hour readathon. And also, I kind of have the house to myself. There is gonna be one or two people here, but I'm mostly gonna be left alone, so this is the perfect time to do it. And I am not gonna be doing a traditional 24-hour readathon because that is just too much for me. I can't just read for 24 hours straight. So there are going to be a couple different rules and challenges and things added. First off, like I said, I'm not reading for 24 hours straight. I will have a timer going for 24 hours, but that's only going to be going when I am actively reading. I'm also going to be counting audiobooks, physical and ebooks during this, so I don't have to just be straight up reading with my eyes. And I'm also going to be adding these little cards in here. One of them is a challenge. This one's the challenge cards, and these are the reward cards. And that's just to switch things up a little bit. I have ADHD, and so I definitely need things to be switched up a little bit every so often so that I stay motivated and actually can continue to read for the whole 24 hours. So I'm thinking every 3 hours, I'm going to draw a different challenge card, and that'll just switch things up a little bit. I think I'm actually gonna draw 2 and pick between them. And then for the rewards cards, I will draw one every time I finish a book, and maybe a little bit more often than the challenge cards because I do want to keep myself motivated. So maybe every 1.5 2 hours for these. I do have a bit of a TBR that I want to get to. I'm not going to call it a TBR though. This is just a bunch of books that I have available and I can switch between if I lose motivation. First off, I have this book, One of the Girls by Lucy Clark. I have been reading this for a couple of days now. I believe I am like 24% of the way through this one, and I would like to be able to finish this. It's been a little bit of a drag at first, but that's because you're introduced to 6 characters, so it takes a little bit to get to know them. But now that I'm kind of in the middle of it, I think I could keep going and finish this one. I am also currently in the middle of Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins because I am doing my reread of the Hunger Games trilogy. So I'd like to be able to finish that one and then move on to the prequels. So for this readathon, I want to finish Mockingjay. I've got a couple other books that I haven't started yet. One of them is the Black Cauldron by Lloyd Alexander. I just started the Chronicles of Prydain series earlier this month, so I want to keep up doing that. That's also going to be my pentology for the Reader's Gauntlet. I also want to read Daughter of the Pirate King. I've heard really good things about that one. Also, I want to continue the Narnia series, so I'm hoping to read The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. And I also want to read The Cogs, the new story by Callie Hart. It's the short story from Carrie Ann Swift's perspective. It's only 25 pages, so I think I could really get that done. I think that would be good for the middle of this readathon when I'm kind of lagging. That'll be a really quick pick-me-up. And then along with that, I would also like to read Anatomy of an Alibi. I've had this book for a while, and I do need a thriller. Technically, One of the Girls is a thriller, but I have had this on my TBR for quite a while now and think now is the perfect time. It's not that big of a book, so I think that is doable in this 24 hours. So yeah, I know that's a lot of books, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to all of them, but I'm just going to see how it goes, and I also might read a couple other ones. We'll pick it up. Some of them I probably won't finish, and some I will get finished, but we'll just see how it goes. And to start the readathon off, I am not going to pick a challenge card just because I do want to start off strong and do exactly what I want to do, and that would probably be to get going on Mockingjay. However, in 3 hours time, I will pick a challenge card for the first time, and that'll determine if I can keep going, if I need to switch. There's a bunch of other things in there, so we'll just see how that goes. And then for how I'm going to time this readathon, I am going to use the timer on my iPad. And I know that's a little strange. Most people do it on their phones, but I use my phone for filming. So that's what I'm gonna go with. So I'm going to set my timer for 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds right there. And let's get going. Okay, we're at my first check-in. I have been reading for approximately 3 hours now, and I have made significant progress on Mockingjay. When I first started the readathon, I was about 22% of the way through, and I'm at 60% now. And I have also distracted myself by doing a little bit of coloring here in my fourth wing coloring book. And I haven't felt the need to draw a reward yet, so that's fine. But it is 3 hours into the challenge, so now I'm going to draw my first challenge card. So I'm going to pick 2 of them, and they will tell me what I should do next. Ideally, I think I would like to continue Mockingjay and finish that off. Funny enough, I have read Mockingjay in the past before, but it was probably when I was in middle school, and I really remembered The Hunger Games and Catching Fire, but Mockingjay is like an all new book for me. I don't remember any of the things that happened in this. So I have drawn 2. The first one is a hobby swap. So that's just for the hobby that I'm doing. So I'm drawing right now, so I could possibly switch to something else. Or my second one is Cat's Choice. And for this one, I would set up something that my cats could choose. I would probably do something for Mockingjay and then a couple other books, set a treat by it and see what they go for. I don't think that I want to do Cat's Choice right now since I'm really into Mockingjay. However, I think I'm going to do the hobby swap because I just finished this drawing. So I'm probably going to switch to probably a book nook. I have been wanting to build one for a while and it's been sitting on my shelf, and so I should just get started on that. So I think I'm going to continue on Mockingjay and get started on the book nook. Okay, so it is now 6:44 and I have finished making dinner. I am going to have this bacon and cheese ravioli, and then I also have a salad to go with it. So I think I will do much better once I eat that. But also on my timer, we have officially reached 18 hours, if you can see at the bottom here. Unfortunately, I am just 17 minutes away from finishing Mockingjay. So I'm gonna draw a new challenge card because it's been another 3 hours. However, I'm really hoping that it will let me continue this book because it would be kind of terrible to have to start a new one when I only have 17 minutes left. So let's see how that goes. Here you go. Let's do this one. And over here is this first one. This one is a poll pick, so I would put a poll up and let somebody pick what I'm going to do. And this next one, oh, I don't know if you can see this, can you? Read a physical book. So I do not have Mockingjay as a physical book. I think I am going to disregard these. I think I'm gonna finish Mockingjay because I really want to. And that's only 17 minutes though. So after that, I think I am going to maybe do the poll pick because I'm still not in the mood right now for a physical book. I think I'm gonna do this probably right before I go to bed tonight and tomorrow morning. But I do want to read an audiobook. So I think I'll put a poll up. This will help pick books that I need for the Reader's Gauntlet too. I do need to do a couple poll picks. So I'll put that up, and I think that's what we'll do after I finish Mockingjay. So first I'm gonna eat dinner, finish Mockingjay, then I will let you know the results of the poll. All right, so I have eaten my dinner, I have finished Mockingjay, and then I've taken a little bit of a break. So it is currently 7:59 p.m. and I am at the 17-hour, 43 minutes, and 33 seconds to go mark. So I took a little bit of a longer break than I wanted to, but that's okay. I will just do a lot more of my reading tomorrow. I'll get an early start, like maybe 7:38 in the morning, and be able to do a lot of reading from there. So I am on track. And like I said, I did just finish Mockingjay, and that was really amazing. It is a reread for me because I started it in middle school. However, like I said, it did give me the feeling of reading it for the very first time because I had remembered a lot of the major details, how like the epilogue turned out and the major plot points. But a lot of the smaller stuff I was actually really surprised about. Like certain people died and I was like, whoa, I didn't know that was gonna happen. So that was surprising. So that was really nice. It gave me a sense of nostalgia, but also the new book feeling. So that was really nice. And I have my little star rating card here, which I consult every single time. And I think I'm going to give Mockingjay a solid 4 stars. It was very nostalgic and really good. Yeah. And I'm also going to change things up a little bit. I know that I had just picked poll pick, and I have put the poll pick up on my Instagram stories. However, I think it's going to take a little bit of time to get enough responses and see what is actually picked for this. So I'm just going to put this aside for now, and I'm going to pick a different challenge card, and then probably tomorrow, I will get the results from the poll pick, and I'll do that then. So let's pick a new challenge card, and we will see how that goes. Let's do maybe this one, and I'm looking at them. Maybe this one. Oh, they're both pink. This first one is move to a new reading spot, which I probably do need to do. And then the second one, we have got Cat's Choice again. And I think I'm gonna do Cat's Choice. I'm probably honestly gonna do both of these because I do need to get out of my room and out of my chair. But I think the cutest one would be to do Cat's Choice. And I think I am gonna go a little bit rogue from the TBR I posed at the beginning. I am just wanting something else than I have on my list. So I think I'm going to put Six of Crows in the running. I have read that one before, but I absolutely loved it, and I do need to do a reread. I'll probably also do the Cogs, since that's a really quick one, and I can get that done pretty quickly. And then I'm also going to throw Starside by Alex Astor in there, because that is the book club pick for my local book club for this month, and I have not gotten started on it, and I think I'm really craving that fantasy feel. So give me a second and I will set things up where the cats can choose. So I'll get to that. All right, so I've got my setup. I've got some little sticky notes on the floor and a little pile of food. So we've got one for Starside, one for the Cogs, and one for Six of Crows. So I'm gonna let them in. Oh, here he comes. Let's see which one he goes to. Peanut. All right, so my cat Peanut here has picked Six of Crows, which is kind of what I was hoping he was gonna go for. All right, so my cat Peanut has made the executive decision that I'm going to start reading Six of Crows, and this is what I was hoping he would pick, honestly, because I've read this book before and I love it, but I do need to do a reread in order to get to Crooked Kingdom, so this will be very good. And as you can see, I do have a physical copy of this, but I've also got an audiobook copy on Audible. So I think just to help my brain out a little bit, I'm gonna do a tandem read where I read with my eyeballs and I listen to the audiobook. That will also, I think, speed things up because audiobooks are sometimes slower than when I can physically read. So I'm gonna match the pace of the audiobook to my physical reading pace, and that should move things along. However, I do still want my reward for finishing Mockingjay. I haven't pulled any rewards all day, and originally I said I was going to do it every 2 hours, but I haven't needed that today. I'll probably need that tomorrow, but I do want the reward for finishing Mockingjay, so let's get to that. So, just like with the challenge cards, I'm going to pull 2 rewards cards, and then I will just pick which one I'm feeling the best fits for me in the moment. So let's go ahead. Let's do him. And okay. The first one is I can get a new drink. I am really notoriously bad at drinking. I drink very slowly, so this is like my second drink of the day. That's really bad. So I definitely could use a new drink. Or this one, which is a cozy upgrade, which means probably I would get into my pajamas. I'm really feeling the idea of a new drink, and just like the other challenge card I pulled before, I'm gonna move to a new location too. While there's light outside, I think I'm gonna go outside. Also, if you're unaware, Michigan has been having really bad smoke from the Canadian wildfires, and it is supposed to be clearing up right now, so I think right now is my moment to go outside if I'm gonna go. So I will get my new drink and I will move outside, and then you will be able to see me doing a little reading out there. All right, hello everybody, I am back. I did go outside to have a little bit of a change of pace. However, it was getting dark kind of quickly, and it was kind of a lot of bugs and smoke and whatever, so I didn't film that. However, I have read the first 2 chapters of 6 of Crows, and my countdown timer is, now at 17 hours, 1 minute, and 21 seconds. And I have to say, I am really loving 6 of Crows. This is exactly what I needed to kind of get me pepped up again. I really love this book. Also, I realized that I never told you what it was about, or for that matter, Mockingjay. I didn't tell you anything about that. However, I feel like you should know about Mockingjay. It is the 3rd book of the Hunger Games series, and so the Hunger Games is really well known. And I also don't give spoilers. I'm not going to have spoilers in this entire readathon, and Mockingjay is the 3rd in the series. It finishes everything up, so I'm not going to give you much more about that than what I already said. However, 6 of Crows is the 1st book in a series. It is technically connected to the Shadow and Bone trilogy. The Shadow and Bone trilogy is like a prequel series to this. However, you can pick this up if you want to without reading that one. That's what I did the first time, and I was a little bit confused about like the terminology in the magic system, and that's because it's fully explained in the previous trilogy. However, you do pick up, like, things are fine if you read this. You might be a little bit confused, but just look up some terms and you'll be good. This one is about 6 main characters, and we get each of their POVs, which I absolutely love. I like one POV and dual POVs, but I especially like this one because we get to have the inner thoughts of all 6 of the main characters, so that's really fun. And I will just read the back to you so you can get a little insight into this. Cauldron, a bustling hub of international trade where anything can be had for the right price, and no one knows that better than criminal prodigy Kaz Brecker. Kaz is offered a chance at a deadly heist that could make him rich beyond his wildest dreams, but he can't pull it off alone. A convict with a thirst for revenge, a sharpshooter who can't walk away from a wager, a runaway with a privileged past, a spy known as the Wraith, a heartrender for using her magic to survive the slums, and a thief with a gift for unlikely escapes. Kaz's crew are the only ones who might stand between the world and destruction if they don't kill each other first. So I do love this book. The beginning of the book is like getting all the crew together and learning about this big heist, and the middle of it is traveling where they need to go for the heist, and the end is pulling it off. And I always love a good heist book, and sorry, my cats are down here. I love a good heist book, and all of the characters are so well written in this. They're also really funny, and it just keeps you engaged the whole time. I love the beginning, getting everybody together and like you know, going to a bunch of different places, doing a bunch of things. They have to do like a mini heist at the beginning to just get one of the guys, and going together. Obviously from this you can tell if they don't kill each other first, they don't like each other at first, but they're forced to work together. So really good banter. I think it's really fun. There's also a little love story in this. It's definitely not the main point of the book, but if you like that, it's in here. So I am 2 chapters in, and it is currently 9:50. I definitely have to read at least another hour to reach my 8-hour mark for the day. So I'm definitely going to read another hour. I might read a little bit longer, but for tonight, I'm definitely going to keep reading this. However, in the morning, I don't know if I'll keep going on this or pick up a different one, because I really do want to read a couple of the other shorter books, and I don't think I could even finish this in 24 hours if I wanted to, like maybe if I really tried, but I do want to get a couple more in. So I'll read this tonight, and in the morning I will probably pick up something different and might pick this back up again to keep the motivation going. But yeah, here we go. Okay, for my final update of the day, it is now 11:12 p.m. and I'm gonna be done for tonight. I have reached that I have approximately a little bit under 16 hours left, so that means I was able to read just a little bit over 8 hours today, which is the minimum that I wanted. Each day I wanted to read anywhere between 8 and 12 hours. I was kind of hoping for more like 10 hours today, but I did get started really late. I got started at like noon, so this is pretty good for me. And then as for Six of Crows, this is still really good. I am now on to chapter 6, and yeah, the heist has been introduced, and Kaz is now trying to go around finding people to fit his crew, the people that he needs to fit all the different jobs that he needs. This is a really high risk, high reward, so he's got to find the right people who are willing to like risk everything to go do this job. So yeah, it's a little bit I guess you'd say slow right now, since he's getting all the people and kind of getting everybody together, but we are getting introduced to a lot of new characters, and I love this. Is nostalgic for me too, because I read this, it was either 2024 or 2025. I think it was 2025, so it's been a little bit since I read this, not too long, so I still remember a lot of it, and it's just giving really good memories. But I think I'm gonna be putting this down for now. I think in the morning I will start something else, but I will let you know in the morning when it comes to that. So yeah, I'm going to bed, and I will see you then. All right, hello everyone. It is now morning. Right now it is 9:28. I have started reading Daughter of the Pirate King, and I have 15 hours and 3 minutes left to go, but I've reached a really good point in Daughter of the Pirate King, so I'm going to draw my next challenge card. Oh, also I've made myself breakfast, and I've got my tea this morning. So yeah, I'm gonna draw my challenge card. I like this book a lot. Daughter of the Pirate King is about a girl named Alosa. She is a pirate princess, and she makes this scheme to get herself caught, to go onto a different pirate boat with a different crew and try to steal this map. That's pretty much where I am in the story. We've met the captain and like the first mate, and so there's some banter and stuff going on there. So I really like this book, and I'm hoping I can continue, but we will see what the challenge cards say. See this guy? Okay, this one is a special one. Will you focus? This one is read an extra 15 minutes. So that would mean, along with my 24-hour readathon, I would actually have to read 24 hours and 15 minutes. This is just a special little challenge. And this other one is a book club pick. And for this one, like I said before, Starside is the book for my book club this month. So this would mean either just read an extra 15 minutes or completely change books. So I think I'm gonna do the extra 15 minutes because in the grand scheme of things, like 15 minutes isn't that bad. And I'm really liking this book so far, so I don't wanna change, even though I am excited for this one. So I'm gonna do the extra 15 minutes, and I'm thinking about drawing a reward card. I do have breakfast, so I'm not gonna get anything food related, but I'm kind of hoping I could go get like a frappuccino or something that would help me and get me out of the house. So hopefully I will draw something like that. Let's do it. This one. Okay, this one. Special dessert. I don't need dessert right now. I'm eating breakfast, but this one is really nice. Fancy tea or coffee. That is exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to eat my breakfast, drink my tea, and then I am gonna go get probably like a frappuccino or something. That'll really help me out. I'll keep reading my audiobook and I will let you know if something changes. All right, I am back at my house now and back in my room. I did go get my fancy drink, and I also did go to the store to pick up some more snacks because I didn't feel like I had good snacks here. However, for the readathon, I have 13 hours, 46 minutes, and 11 seconds left, and I am currently 45% into Daughter of the Pirate King, and I'm really loving it so far. The female main character, what is her name? Alosa, super funny. Also, we know that she's trying to get a map from this other pirate crew, and they think that she's all trying to escape. And so in order to play along with them, there's things like, she's like, I know I have to escape, but then I'm also gonna need to get caught to be brought back to the ship. And it's funny just watching herself like play the long game and kind of diminish herself and her strength so that they don't think that she's as good as she is. And there's also a lot of banter between her and the first mate Raiden, so it's very fun so far. I'm really enjoying it. Now that I'm back home, I am definitely going to continue this audiobook, but to keep my hands and mind a little bit busy, I'm going to be working on stuff for Instagram, and then I'm also going to be working on my reading journal a little bit, not like recording the main pages, but behind the scenes I always need to plan out what books are gonna go where, like how much page space they're gonna get, what I'm gonna use to decorate them. And at the back of the book, I also want to do a page to commemorate my 24-hour readathon. So I'm gonna do that in this video. And I think I'm gonna do it right next to my Year of Goober challenge. I didn't know what I was gonna put here, but I will just do a little mini spread with my TBR, probably how many hours and pages I was able to listen to, the dates, and then a little bit of decoration, and maybe talk about my feelings a little bit. So yeah, I'll get going on those things. Okay, time for another update. It is currently 1:24 p.m. I have 11 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds, so I am officially halfway through the challenge, and I am at 80% into Daughter of the Pirate Gang, and I really love it so far. Again, I really like the main character and the banter and everything, and also things are getting more complicated. At first we thought she was playing the pirate crew, but it turns out everybody's kind of playing each other. They all know a little bit more than they're letting on, so that's nice. However, I'm getting kind of tired. I have read for 12 hours, not straight, but still, that's a lot of reading for me. However, it is time for another challenge card, so hopefully that will get me going, change things up a little bit. Let's see. Let's do over here and here. Okay, so this first card, go on a walk. That is kind of exactly what I need right now. And then this one is to switch reading format. I think because I'm not gonna switch reading format right now. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go on a walk and I'm going to, I think, try and finish Daughter of the Pirate King, because I've only got like an hour and a half left of that. So that'll use up half of my next block of, challenge time. I also have not had lunch yet, so I think I'm going to go on a walk, finish this book, have lunch, and then I'm going to switch to another book. I don't know what I'm gonna do next, but I will update you when I get to that. Alright everyone, I have officially finished Daughter of the Pirate King, and it was a very good book. I really liked it. It pretty much was exactly what it said it was going to be. It was a very fun read. There was some fun banter. There was a little bit of enemies to lovers in there, although I didn't think it was anything amazing. Like, it didn't have that big punch or anything like that, but it was really fun. So I've got my star rating card out again, and I think I am going to rate this one, for me, 3.5 stars is where I enjoyed it and glad I read it, and 4 stars is a really good book and would recommend. I'm gonna put it between those two, and I'm gonna rate it 3.75 stars. I think that's my rating so far. And I have approximately 11 hours left, so I'm only an hour past the last challenge. I did go on my walk, and I don't know what to read next, so I have decided I am going to pull another challenge card. I've got 2 more hours to go for this one, and I don't know what to pick, so this will help me. Let's pull up my cards. Let's do this guy and this guy. These don't help me at all. This first one says to switch books, which is not really a challenge because I just finished. And this other one, you can see, is reader's choice, and that just means choose whatever I want, but I don't know what I want to choose, so let's actually do this again. I want something to help me decide. I don't want to make the decision on my own. Let's go again. Here, let's do this guy and that one. Oh, okay. Continue current book, so that also doesn't help. Oh, this one actually might be helpful. This one is random number generator. And so what that means, I am going to assign a couple books. Each of them I'm going to assign a number, and then I will have a random number generator go through and pick which one for me. So for that, let's switch over to my computer. Moving over to my computer, you can see that I've set up a very simple spreadsheet here. I have 5 different titles in here, and whatever row they are in, that is the number that they are assigned. And the first 2 are books that I would like to continue, that I've already started, and these last 3 are books that I would like to start. Moving over to my random number generator, I only have 5 titles, so let's do 5 as the max, and then let's see what it picks for me. Number 4. Ooh, that is actually such a good one. I think that I just need something really quick to get me going, get me motivated, finish off another book. All right, so the Cogs has been picked next for my random number generator. And this one is a really short one. It's only 25 pages, so I'm not gonna pick another challenge card after this, but I think it'll be a good refresh. It's really, really tiny, and it's also a different format. I've been doing physical book reading and audiobook reading so far, but the Cogs is only a short story that's been posted on Callie Hart's Patreon, so that's going to be an ebook. So I think that'll be a good refresher for me. After that, I am probably just gonna go with something that I really want to do. So I'm thinking I really want to get back into Six of Crows, but I also might pick up The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, since I kind of am in a piratey mood right now, but maybe I'll take a little break and I might get back into that. However, I almost forgot, I do need to draw a reward card because I finished a book. I finished Daughter of the Pirate King, so let's pick that one next. Let's do over here. Okay, so this first one is order takeout, and that would be good for tonight. But I just ate lunch, so I'm probably not going to do that one. What is this next one? Oh, this next one, that sounds really good. This one is a special dessert, and I did buy a few little desserts from the store, and I think this will be good. I can eat my dessert and read the Cogs, and then I will keep going. So I'm definitely gonna go with this one. All right, so I've just finished the Cogs, and I had such a good time with this. It was just the little refresh that I needed. Obviously I recorded it, but I was gasping and laughing, and so it was really good. It was really short, but it gave me a lot of emotions. I love Callie Hart's writing. She does such a good job of that. Also, I love Carrion Swift. He's one of my favorite characters from the Quicksilver series, so it's just so much fun. I would say if you have read Quicksilver and Brimstone, you should read this, because Carrion is making some bad decisions that are probably going to have big consequences later. It's still very mysterious. We don't know exactly why he's doing what he's doing, but he has made a deal that might not work out for him in the future. So I would definitely recommend reading this. Also, I loved it. And so with my little star rating card, for this one, I am gonna go with 4 stars. I really liked it. Usually for short stories like this, I don't rate them very highly just because there isn't enough information, but I really had a good time with this one. So I like that one. So now I think I am going to switch things up. I don't think I'm going to do The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. I think I'm actually going to go with The Black Cauldron next. It's epic fantasy, high fantasy. It's got a very unusual protagonist. The character is a young boy, and he's an assistant pig keeper, and he just kind of gets up to crazy adventures. It's very much like the Chronicles of Narnia series. The first book in the series really reminded me of The Horse and His Boy. It gave me that kind of vibes. So I'm gonna now do The Black Cauldron, and we'll see how that goes. All right, it is time for one more check-in. It is currently 5:47 p.m. and I've just reached the 9-hour mark of my challenge, and I have been reading The Black Cauldron by Lloyd Alexander, and I am right now at 37% of the way into it. For this book, I like it. It's fun and enjoyable, but it's not really anything to write home about. I think technically this book is considered middle grade children's, so the storyline and like the themes and everything about it is very simple and easy to follow, but that makes it really nice for being in a readathon this long. I really don't have to focus on anything too much and kind of have it on in the background, and it still makes sense and is good. So I'm doing that, and it's time for another challenge card. As for what I'm hoping, like I said, I'm not too attached to this book. It's nothing crazy, it's not sucking me in, but it's also easy to follow along to. So I don't really care if it tells me to continue or not. I'm pretty good with anything, but let's get to it, and I will have these face the camera so that I cannot see what they are. So let's do here. Let's do both of these. That's fine. This first one, read a physical book. And this other one is to continue your current book. Like I said, I'm not too attached to this one, and I don't think I've mentioned this earlier, but for all of these challenge cards, they are all unique cards, so that means each one of these prompts only appears one time in the deck. So, like I said, I'm not too attached to my current book, so I think I'm going to save this one for later, because I probably am going to get, at the end, I think I'm just going to focus on probably Six of Crows, because I love that book, and it'll help me write out the ending. So, I want to be able to do that. So I'm going to save this so then hopefully I can draw it later. So I am going to switch to a physical book if it wants to focus on my face. I'm going to switch to a physical book. I think I'm going to do one of the girls because I'm kind of disregarding Anatomy of an Alibi for now since I've only got 9 hours and I'm in the middle of a couple things. So that one striked off my TBR. But I am currently in the middle of one of the girls, and that is a physical book, so I think that's what I'm gonna go with, probably for the next 3 hours. It's pretty entertaining. It's like a thriller mystery. 6 girls are on a bachelorette trip to Greece, and each of them are kind of hiding something. You know that somebody gets murdered in the end, or they're trying to murder, like you don't know exactly. They probably told you in the synopsis, but I wasn't paying that much attention. But there's some shady things going on, and you have to try to uncover which of them you can't trust. So that's going well. I think I'm at 30-something% in that, so that's what I'm gonna do for the next chunk. Alright, hello everybody. A lot has happened to me since the last update that I did with you. However, it has not really had much to do with reading, unfortunately. I believe my last update was around 5:45, and right after that, at about 6 p.m., a whole bunch of my family members came over, and they were here very briefly and they left pretty quickly, so I thought that would be a nice little break and I'd be able to get back to reading. But actually, they left my niece here at the house, and she was in the care of somebody else, so it was gonna be fine. He was gonna watch her. However, then he remembered that he had plans that he had to leave and get to, so then I was the only one left at the house, so I became the de facto babysitter for my 4-year-old niece. So that was at like 5:45. It is now at 10:47, and I still have 7 hours, 16 minutes, and 48 seconds to go. So I've been able to get just a little bit of reading done, but that's okay. What I have been reading, I have been reading One of the Girls, and I think I started out at 32% maybe, and I am at 65%, and I'm enjoying it. All of the girls are getting more and more complicated. The storylines are getting more and more intertwined, so I have no idea who the killer is going to be. It has been confirmed that somebody does kill somebody, so we just don't know who is killed and who does the killing. So it's been a while. Obviously, things have calmed down now. I'm no longer babysitting, so I've been changed into my pajamas, and I have made myself a cup of tea, and I'm gonna be able to keep reading. However, since things have calmed down, I think I'm also going to draw a reward card. Some of these rewards will not work, since like ordering takeout or going out somewhere is not going to work, but there are a few in here that I think would work with everything calmed down. So I'm gonna try and draw them and we will just see what happens. So I'm gonna put them, I'm thinking this one. I think I'm gonna go with the same color. Let's go with this one too. Oh, one of these is gonna work. So this first one is special dessert, which I am not in the mood for right now. It's 11 o'clock at night. However, this is the one that I've been hoping to pull all day, this entire readathon, and that is that I get to buy a new book. I've been looking forward to this. This is an excuse for me to buy one. I don't buy a ton of books for my physical shelf, but Rebecca Yarros has just made the announcement for her new book in the Empyrean series, and it is called Threshing Day. It's a novella with 13 individual stories of characters and how their threshing day goes. And usually I don't buy new releases or anything, but this book also has, I think, 16 art pieces. So I think that would be really, really fun to actually have physically. I do have Fourth Wing on my shelf. I got that for $5 off of Facebook Marketplace. So with this new little perk, I am right now going to order Threshing Day, and that really is a bonus to me. I will be very excited for that to come in, when is that coming? September? I think it's September 29th. So that's really good. So very hyped up with this. Glad things have calmed down. So for the next hour and 16 minutes, I'm going to continue reading one of the girls, see how far I can get in this, and then I'll do my next challenge card, and maybe I'll go to bed by then, but maybe I'll be in a reading mood to keep going. So we'll see. All right, so we've got my final update of the night. As you can see, I've got my cat Nacho here. He decided to join me during this last reading session. And right now it is 12:13 a.m., 12:14. And hi, he's a licker. He's really licking me right now. Right now I'm 87% of the way into one of the girls, but I have reached my 3-hour mark since I've only got 6 hours left in this challenge to go. So it's time for me to draw another challenge card. However, I'm definitely not going to continue reading tonight. I am feeling very tired and ready to go to bed, but I feel like I should draw my challenge card now, and then in the morning I do have to go to church and my family's probably going to come over. I did not expect this challenge to last so long, and I was also not expecting my family to get back home so early. So I might have to continue this tomorrow evening. So we'll see. I can probably get an hour of reading done in the morning, but then it'll probably have to go into the evening. But I will finish this by the time the weekend is over. I do have my challenge cards here though, so I'm gonna do this and that will decide what I do for my hour of reading in the morning. Okay, so here we've got switch genres, and then we've also got reader's choice. I am extremely close to being done with one of the girls. I'm 87% of the way through, and things are starting to kind of pick up a little bit. So I think I'm gonna go with the reader's choice card and decide to continue, because I just think switching genres, I'm really deep into the story now, and I actually understand who each of the characters are. At the beginning, when I first picked this up, it was very hard to understand exactly who was who and what was going on with each of them, but I finally learned who each character is and what their backstory is. So I'm really interested in this and I want to get this done. So in the morning I will pick up by finishing off this one. Then I will also be able to probably get a little reward, and I'll do another challenge card once I'm done with this. So I will see you in the morning. Hello everyone. It is not the morning of the next day. It is actually 6:28 p.m. and I've still got 5 hours, 23 minutes, and 3 seconds to go. Also, if you can hear thumping in the background, that's both my cats fighting. They're play fighting with each other, so sorry about that. Today is Sunday, and for every Sunday, my family likes to go to church. Then they come over to our house, and we have a family lunch, hang out with each other, and stuff like that. So that's fun. I got to hang out with my family, but it is right in the middle of my readathon. Just because I was babysitting yesterday, and I got a very late start on Friday, I still have 6 hours to go. It's 6:30 right now, so I think if I read straight through and maybe take 1 or 2 more breaks, I will get it done today. It'll be maybe after midnight, but that'll be okay. I do have an update for you. I was able to finish One of the Girls by Lucy Clark, and I actually enjoyed it a little bit more than I thought I was going to. I didn't know if I was gonna read it, if I was gonna like it, because I don't usually tend to read contemporary books. I just don't live a very normal contemporary lifestyle. I really don't drink that much. I've never partied, never done drugs, nothing like that. I went to a private Christian college, so I just live a very, I guess boring, I don't know, whatever kind of life. So I was worried I would not relate to these characters, and I really didn't relate to them, but it actually made this book a little bit more enjoyable for me, because the reason why I tend to not read contemporary books, I think it's too relatable to me, and I don't want to worry about people dying or breaking up or having drama. However, the girls in this book were so different that it was kind of like an escapism. It was kind of like watching a documentary and knowing a tragedy was going to happen, but you're so far removed from it that it's kind of enjoyable, even if it's in a morbid way. And that's exactly what this book was, because it was a thriller and you knew somebody was gonna die and something was going on. So overall, I enjoyed it. It got a lot more complicated at the end. It was a very slow start because there were so many characters that you were introduced to right off the bat. However, things did get more and more interesting as it went on. Things were definitely more intertwined than you thought they were going to be. Everybody knew a lot of small details and secrets about each other that were slowly revealed. So overall, I did enjoy it. I have my little star rating card here, and looking at this, I think I'm going to give this book a 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it and I'm glad I read it, but I don't know if I would really recommend it to anybody, really recommend. I enjoyed it though. It was fun. So I still have 5.5 hours left, and I think what I'm going to do is draw another challenge card, just because I don't really know what I want to pick up now. I'm thinking of the Black Cauldron, but we will see, and picking up a challenge card will help me decide. Here we go. And this guy. Okay, this first card is to switch genres, which that's fine. And then this other one is book club pick. And the book club pick for this month is Starside. However, I only have 6 hours left, so I definitely couldn't finish Starside if I started it now. And I also think I want to take my time with that one. So I think I'm going to go with the switch genre card, and that's okay. Because I think, like I said, I'm going to go with the Black Cauldron next. One of the girls was thriller, and the Black Cauldron is epic high fantasy, so that's a big switch there. So I am going to spend the rest of this block of time reading that. Hopefully I can get it done because there's not much left to it, and then I will spend the last block, I'm hoping, anyway, I don't know, I'm not gonna get to that yet. I'm gonna do the Black Cauldron, and I will see you when my timer runs out or when I finish the book. All right, we are so close to the very end of this challenge. It is currently 9:03 p.m. and I have 3 hours and 50 minutes and 54 seconds. And I know that's a little bit early before the last check-in, but I did just finish the Black Cauldron, and I figure it's close enough. I am just going to count this as my very last check-in. So I'm going to do another challenge card. But first I will just talk about a little bit about Black Cauldron. Like I said, it really reminds me of the Chronicles of Narnia series. It's very similar because I think technically they're both middle grade and children's, and they both give that epic fantasy vibe to them. Overall, I liked it, but the plot was very simplistic, as what you'd expect from a middle grade book. And I have my little star rating card here, and I think overall I'm gonna put it at 3.25. It's right between just okay or no lasting impression, and 3.5 is enjoyed and glad I read it. I think it's between that. It was very simplistic, but it had, you know, a good message at the end, a good overall theme. So I think that's where it lands for me. Next, I'm going to draw a challenge card to determine what I read next for this last final sprint of this challenge. I am so close. Like I said, it's currently 9 o'clock. I have 3 hours and 15 minutes left, so I'll get done a little bit after midnight, which is later than I wanted to stay up, but I absolutely do not want to continue this tomorrow. It has taken out my entire weekend, and even though I've enjoyed reading so much, I've gotten a lot of books done, so I'm really happy with that. I am ready for this challenge to be over, so I can say I've accomplished it and then take a little break from reading for a little bit. Anyway, we will move to my challenge cards. Are these new ones? Yes. I'll put these up in front of me so that I can't see them. We will do this guy and this one. What is this? Okay, this first one is move to a new reading spot. And this second one is book club pick. Book club pick would mean that I would be going into Starside by Alex Astor, and I would kind of be okay with that at this moment. The TBR that I have that I started the challenge with, I have Anatomy of an Alibi and The Voyage of the Dawn Treader left, but I'm not really feeling either of those. I just read a thriller for one of the girls, so I don't want to read Anatomy of an Alibi. And also, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader is very similar to the Black Cauldron. But moving to a new reading spot, I don't think I want to do that, actually. I have been coloring a little bit again and dialing in, so I think I am actually going to start reading my book club pick, Starside. It's a little bit early, but I think it's good to get a little bit of an introduction. It'll be able to wrap things up with a fantasy book, which I feel like I haven't been able to read that much during this challenge. Like straight romantasy, I really like that. That's the main genre that I read. So I think that'll be a very fun thing to end this challenge off with. And it's also a book that I need to read pretty soon because it is for my book club. So overall, I'm going to, I think, finish off this entire thing with reading Starside. And I definitely won't be able to finish it, but I will be able to get a good start on it. Hello everyone, it is time for the very last update of this video and for this readathon. It is currently 12:53 in the morning and my timer has finally gone off. So I have read 24 hours in the past, I think it's 3 or 4 days. I started this readathon at I think like 11:30 or noon on Friday, and now it is technically Monday morning. However, in the end, I'm pretty much gonna just count it as it took me 3 days. It did take me a little bit longer because I did end up babysitting one of my nieces and spending the day with my family today. But overall, I think it was pretty good. I got a lot of free time to myself, more than I thought I was going to. Especially with my luck, it all turned out pretty good in the end. I did spend the last 3 hours listening to Starside by Alex Astor, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I have made it, I believe, 21% into the book. And yeah, really enjoying it. Glad that I started it. I think it's going to be a good book for book club. I was also able to finish my 24-hour readathon page with all my stats and everything for everything that I completed. So I'll just do a quick little roundup in the end of everything that I was able to accomplish. In this readathon, I was able to read a total of 5 books. The first one was Mockingjay, which I decided to rate 4 stars. The next one I finished was Daughter of the Pirate King, and that one is rated 3.75 stars. The next one is the Cogs, which I originally rated 4 stars, but I'm actually going to up it, I think, to 4.25 stars because I really did enjoy that. It made me like physically react to reading, which is when I know I'm having a good time. So I'm bumping that up to 4.25. The 4th book I was able to finish is One of the Girls, and that was a really good one because this is a physical book, and if you've seen my channel before, you know I mostly read audio, so I'm very, very glad to have gotten another physical one out of the way. And I enjoyed that one, but it wasn't anything great, so I decided to rate that one 3.5 stars. And then the final book that I was able to finish was The Black Cauldron, which again, I thought was okay, was a fun time. So I rated that one 3.25 stars. I was also able to get started on Six of Crows, and I believe I'm at 19% into this book, and then I'm also 21% into Starside, like I said. For any other stats, total of 5 books finished. The total number of pages read was 389 pages, and then the total number of hours that I was able to listen to is 29.05 hours. And if you're wondering how that works, that's the amount of time if I had listened to audiobooks on like normal speed, that's the amount of time I would have listened to. However, I always like to speed up my audiobooks since the normal narration just seems too slow for me. And to try and get as much in as possible this time, I sped them up even more than I usually do. Usually I read them at 1.3 speed about, and for this challenge I read them at 1.6. And then I will go through really quickly all of the challenges that I was able to accomplish in this video. They're in a random order. I did not keep them in the right order, but that's all right. This one, read an extra 15 minutes. I did end up doing that because part of the way through today, I didn't mention this, I did accidentally reset my entire timer, and it was about 15 minutes into when I started reading, so that is considered my extra 15 minutes. The next one is hobby swap. I swapped out my coloring for my book nook. This next one was the random number generator, and that one picked out the Cogs for me to read. This next one was switching genres, and that's when I switched from my thriller to high fantasy, and I started reading The Black Cauldron. This one was for poll pick, and unfortunately I do have to say I totally forgot that I even drew this card. I had set up a poll pick and even put it on my Instagram and everything, but I totally forgot to check back on that. So if you were wondering where this went, I didn't end up doing it. That's okay. I'm just happy to have done the whole challenge. This next one is book club pick, and that picked out for me to read Starside. This next one was to read a physical book. I did that. This one, go on a walk. That was really good for me yesterday to keep me motivated and get me going. Then I had the reader's choice where I picked whatever I wanted. I can't remember what I did for this one. You'll know because it's in the video, but it was so long ago for me. I don't remember what I chose to do for that one. And then this one, cat's choice. That was where my cat Peanut decided that I was going to start reading Six of Crows. Overall, I had a really fun time for this entire readathon, but I am exhausted now and I actually have to go to work in the morning. So I should get to bed. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I know that this was a different style of video for me and it was a little bit different. I didn't know about the right filming angles or the voiceover headshot kind of things. So please let me know in the comments if you like this type of video or if you're more into my usual like overhead journal type videos. Or just let me know about any of the books I read, any comments that you have, I would love. I would also love if you could leave this video a like and also subscribe to my channel because I would really appreciate that. That really does help the channel grow and let me continue to do little things that I love, share my reading with you guys. Overall, thank you so much for watching all the way until the end of my video, and I will see you in the next one.